Hello everyone, my name is Lark Crumpler and this is my third year as the HSI-STEM Student Programs Coordinator here at the beach. I am happy to share my experiences with planning, implementing, and processing the 2021 Excel Peer Mentor Summer Training with you today. The HSI-STEM Si Puedo grant was awarded to CSU LB in October 2016. The grant works in collaboration with the Colleges of Engineering and Natural Sciences and Mathematics. It impacts first-year students at both the freshman and transfer level. This is the second Title III STEM grant that CSU LB has managed and implemented. We are currently working under a no-cost extension of this grant during this academic year due to the pandemic. Our project director and principal investigator is Dr. Eric Marinas, an associate professor in the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry. During this presentation, I will examine fundamental questions to consider when developing a peer mentor training. I will review examples of peer mentor training content and assignments, and I will also discuss the value of the process and reflection model of learning. To provide you more context, as mentioned earlier, our HSI-STEM program focuses on providing first-year STEM students the opportunity to participate in math enrichment programs such as Step into STEM for incoming freshmen, undergraduate student research for transfer students called the Winter Research Experience, and our STEM Family Welcome event such as Bienvenida. Both freshmen and transfer students also participate in the Excel learning communities. All of the programs outlined earlier integrate peer mentorship as a core component of their structure. For that reason, the Si Puedo program recruits, trains, and hires peer mentors to work during the academic year with their first-year mentees within their learning communities. We know that oftentimes working on campus can help increase graduation rates and retention. This program recruits successful upper division STEM students who have much to offer other students in terms of peer mentorship and role modeling. The goal of incorporating peer mentors into the programs is to offer near peer role models, upper division STEM students, to first year students, freshmen, and transfer students in an effort to provide academic and social support as part of a larger first-year experience aimed to increase campus connectedness, social belonging, academic preparedness, confidence, and persistence. In 2019, I attended the ASI conference in Riverside, California, and participated in the session by Cal Poly Pomona called Achieve Scholars, Peer Mentoring Workshop. Although I have training background as a teacher and consultant, I was new to training peer mentors at the college level. I incorporated much of what you will learn in this presentation from the content within these books and built upon topics from previous summer trainings. On the left, you'll see Developing Effective Student Peer Mentoring Programs by Peter J. Collier. And then on the right, Fred B. Newton and Stephen C. Ender's book, Students Helping Students. In summers past, I worked with a planning team consisting of myself and a representative from both COE and CNSM. However, this year, the training focused on COE freshman peer mentors only and COE and CNSM transfer peer mentors. Why peer mentors? Students want to hear about other students' authentic experiences, elations, fears, accomplishments, and their challenges. Research shows that peers are one of the best resources on campus for first-year students. More research results are shown on this slide. The peer helper is slightly ahead in experience and awareness of what a student seeking help may be going through, but not so removed as to seem unable to identify and understand his or her situation. Peer influence in many situations may be stronger than that of adults such as teachers, parents, and other experts. Peer mentors have been demonstrated to be effective helpers when provided systemic training in interpersonal communication and relationship skills. Our goal for our Excel peer mentors is to increase mentee campus engagement and involvement, to increase mentees' feelings of campus connection, provide emotional support as appropriate, help mentees navigate college, and help mentees identify and use campus resources to alleviate adjustment issues. Peer mentors are exemplary student role models. What do we mean by that? Well, they're students who are connected to the campus, research, internships, or who have demonstrated tenacity through academic and or personal challenges. They've shown professionalism, etc. They're also campus ambassadors for the college. They're campus leaders. They're tutors because they have a strong academic record and maintain a grade point average of 3.0 or above. And they're peer mentors because they're helpful, they're credible, they share their experiences and demonstrate resiliency and perseverance in terms of their academic endeavors. They're advocates, they're friends, they're resources for first-year students. And they also might be serving as student assistants in other programs on campus. Here is the composition of the current peer mentors and the students they serve in our program during the 2021-22 academic year. 23 undergraduate students, 19 are in the College of Engineering, 18 freshman peer mentors, and 1 transfer peer mentor. 4 are in the College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics, and all of them are transfer students. They all serve 156 freshmen and 38 transfer students at a mentor-to-mentee ratio of 1:9. As I shared earlier, our peer mentor training agenda had previously been established, so I began with a strong foundation. However, in Peter Collier's book, he offers 6 guiding questions to help develop peer mentor training content from the very beginning. This book is quite thorough and full of step-by-step suggestions. Part 1 defines peer mentoring and why it works to promote student success, from addressing the crisis of not completing degrees to supporting college students through their adjustment issues while positively impacting their persistence and degree completion. Part 2 explains the nuts and bolts of developing a mentoring program, from design to content to delivery to evaluation and then to maintenance. I will answer each question by sharing our own training content with you. The 6 fundamental questions to ask when developing a peer mentor training are: number 1, what do you want to accomplish within the training? Number 2, what kind of timeline are you operating on? Number 3, what information should be covered? 4, what resources will be necessary? 5, will you need assistance from other campus or community offices, programs, or trainers? And finally, 6, will current or past mentors and mentees be included in the training? Mentor training must be informed by your program goals, design, and what you want your mentor program to accomplish. Regardless of the duration, mentor training must mirror your program content so that mentors are appropriately prepared to work with their mentees. So to answer question number 1, I'm revisiting our peer mentorship goal shown on this slide. Let's revisit question number 1. What do you want to accomplish with the training? You'll see our examples of what the peer mentor role is all about, and you'll also see our training focus and themes. We want to make sure to cover the program policies and procedures, campus services and referrals, mentorship, connecting to the campus, leadership, motivating students. We want to promote awareness of self and others, self-advocacy, teamwork. We want them to plan for the academic year. We want them to apply their skills and practice them. We want to make sure they are comfortable with interpersonal communication, and we definitely want them to self-reflect throughout the process. Due to the remote learning mandate on our campus this last year and a half, our Excel Peer Mentor training went from a 30 to 40 hour week-long in-person event to a 2-week asynchronous and synchronous event. We didn't want to overwhelm our mentors with 7 to 8 hours of online content each day, so we divided the material over the course of 2 weeks, 4 hours of modules each day, and met synchronously twice during week 1. Here you see the timeline and content from Monday through Friday of week 1. Each module shown totals 4 hours of training, whether asynchronously or synchronously. I will share the module assignments that were accessible on Beachboard momentarily. Additionally, the students could post their daily questions in the discussion forum, and the week closed with an important reflection response and the required survey from the Center for Evaluation and Educational Effectiveness. In the latter part of my presentation, I will share what Newton and Ender present in their book, Students Helping Students, about the value of the process and reflection model of learning. To continue answering questions number 2 and 3, what is your coordinating and planning timeline, as well as what information should be covered, you'll see that week 2 required the mentors to meet with their mentor group, practice the skills, plan, and also study our campus resources, all asynchronously. Again, they could post their daily questions in the daily question forum discussion on Beachboard, and they closed out the training with an important reflection. So answers to questions number 4 and 5 were quite different when we delivered this training on campus as opposed to online. What resources will be necessary? Will you need assistance from other campus or community offices, programs, or trainers? Less assistance is needed from campus offices in terms of room reservations, food services, etc. if it's online. However, if we invited a speaker to present live in the past, we simply requested a recorded video or asked for them to join us via Zoom on our synchronous training days. Let's take a look at each day of training and the content shared with the mentors this past summer. Here's the working agenda for day 1, which was an asynchronous training day. I say working because I tell the students that each day's agenda is subject to change based on the observations from the staff. The agenda was both emailed and presented in the 2021 summer training content on Beachboard. Here you see the resources, video presentation titles, and online modules required to complete this day. Again, each day presents 4 hours worth of material for the students to watch and to complete. Day 1 serves as an introduction to the program staff, the peer mentor team, and their intended roles as peer mentors. Again, you see the video or online modules required to view and the corresponding Beachboard assignment that was due at the end of this training day to its right. Here's day 2's working agenda. The second day of training was the first of 2 synchronous training days that mainly focused on following up with the content from the previous asynchronous training day. It also provided the valuable opportunity for each mentor group to get to know each other, since they would work together throughout the academic year and reflect on the training content together as well. You will also see that we have included past or returning peer mentors within each training, which answers fundamental question number 6. And because this was a synchronous training day, there are no Beachboard assignments. However, that is not the case for the second and final synchronous day. This training day was all about interpersonal communication skills, learning about each step, practicing each step with someone at home, and then with their mentor group later that day. Due to the asynchronous format, the students had to set up a Zoom themselves and upload Zoom usage reports to show accountability, which was also great practice. Again, you will see day 3's asynchronous video and online modules on the left and their corresponding Beachboard assignments to the right. Day 4, asynchronous training, focused more on building community online and understanding the first-year adjustment issues that many students face. And once again, you see the corresponding assignments to each video and online module from this asynchronous training day. This training day typically occurs on the Friday before the semester begins and is packed with quality discussion and planning. We first processed the implicit bias modules that the students were assigned to work on as a group. Then, the professors from the first year seminars, which is Engineering 101 and NSCI 390, join the Zoom and work with their assigned mentor group. They make introductions, they plan how they will support each other each week in the first year seminar, and they also plan how to connect the students to the course component, which is called the Weekly Success Hour for freshman students or the Community Building Hour for transfer students. Many newly trained peer mentors feel a sense of relief and pride once they meet and work with the professor during this session. Since Day 5 is the final synchronous training day, there are a few beach board assignments that are due. And once again, notice the required reflection questions at the end of each training week. Let me share the agenda and assignments for week 2, and then I'll walk you through that reflection process. As I shared earlier in the presentation, week 2 requires the mentors to meet with their mentor group, practice, plan, and also study our campus resources all asynchronously. You will see the modules they viewed or read on the left, and again, the corresponding assignment on the right. Once again, week 2 is completely asynchronous to allow the students to plan on their own, to pace themselves on their own, to complete the assignments, and to also schedule with their mentor group the times that work the best for the entire mentor group for them to meet up and to do their practice and their planning and their studying on their own. From Newton and Ender's book, Students Helping Students, the combination of knowledge, skills, and personal integration acquired in, quote, peer mentor training may best be accomplished through a process and reflection model of learning. Since peer mentors are student leaders, helpers, and guides, they must take responsibility for themselves as a student, as a leader, and as a guide. So daily reflection helps them apply the knowledge and skills and personal experiences to the daily training topics by moving through the 3 stages of reflection: reflecting, transforming, and action. These stages help mentors understand what the topic means and how they can use that information to help their mentees moving forward. Here are the reflection questions assigned at the end of week 2 of the Excel Peer Mentor training. You'll see the 3 stages discussed earlier. The what stage, what? The reflecting stage. What was the intention of today's peer mentor training? What did I learn? What did I think about it? How did I feel about it? How do I react or respond to it? And then the second stage, the transforming stage. So what? What does it mean? Which topics from today's training are meaningful to me? Which are not, and why? And how does it help me personally? How does it help me as a peer mentor? And then the third stage, action stage. So now what? How will I apply this information in my own life? How can I use this information with my mentees? And what other questions do I have that will help me continue to take action? You can use the 3 steps of reflection to close any kind of presentation, course, training, anything that you want the students to stop and think and reflect and share with you exactly how they accepted it, what it means to them, and what they want to do with that information moving forward. According to Newton and Ender, peer mentors have been demonstrated to be effective helpers when provided systemic training in interpersonal communication and relationship skills. While the training that we offer is exhaustive, for both the staff and the students. It is also not an end-all. It doesn't stop there. Peer mentors need support throughout the entire semester to help them build up their relationships with their mentees, to provide ongoing training and reflection, and to also allow them a safe space to gather as a group for sharing suggestions and ideas and challenges. My fellow HSI-STEM team members and I track each meeting and each mentor's progress while we provide consistent support for each peer mentor throughout the academic semester and the academic year, and sometimes even beyond. We honor their own academic journey and understand how taxing and rewarding it can be to make an impact on other students' lives. Here are some examples of the continued support we provide each year. The Center for Evaluation and Educational Effectiveness evaluates the Si Puedo program via surveys through a brief, one-page, open-ended opportunity to provide feedback where they assess the content goals, presenters, timing, and delivery. The mentors' students are also evaluated in their first-year seminar courses with a pre- and post-survey within the semester. And of course, the data from those surveys that we receive informs our future programming's success as we improve upon each year. I hope you found this information about the HSI-STEM Excel Peer Mentor Summer Training to be valuable, and I wish you great success within your own student service program here at the beach.